Sparkly Unicorn Rainbow Park. Win Floodland. I don't know. Win all 5 scenarios that come with natural disasters to get a magically sparkly unicorn rainbow. That's what the fuck I want. Welcome back to City Skylines, jumping in to do more building. Now, I had actually jumped in before and recorded like a 35-minute episode of this, and it's not like I didn't get it or anything. I did. Just everything went horribly wrong. Horribly wrong. I started off with deleting the university here and then realized that was a horrible idea because everything started losing land value. And I didn't say everything. I would say maybe like 40 homes, but it looks aggressive when my city is fairly clean with obstructions when it comes to all the stuff that kind of is like popping up above things, you know what I mean? So we had to like just go back to where you guys last saw it. We're just going to restart again. But I have some good ideas that we could do and that we've kind of started doing. So nonetheless, let's go ahead and jump back into this and see what we can get into. So by the title of this video, Filling in Gaps, you can kind of get an idea of what I want to focus on most today. It's areas like this where we could just simply fill in the gap, get it looking good, get it better, get it more populated with, you know, things so it just doesn't look so sparse and dry, even though some areas like this probably isn't the worst idea. So a lot of this design aspect I've already done. I can't remember for the life of me exactly how I did it, but I enjoyed the way that I did it before. So we're going to try to keep the same, kind of idea up here. So some of this is going to be squared, and then we're also going to curve some of it off, and we're going to kind of go around what we got going on with the railroad track and also keeping a little bit of an area right here so this can expand as another neighborhood is brought in. Because you already know that the amount of fucking trash pollution that we could get with a lot of neighborhoods, it gets extreme. There's not too much going on down here, so nothing I'm too concerned about. As far as my debt, too, I really hope that we can get it back down. That's kind of why I deleted the university in the first place, because I was really concerned that it was just going to get over to the point where 100,000, then we're not going to be able to bring it back. It seems like it's kind of been doing okay here. Let's get a nice long avenue set up. I'm going to probably trim this back just a little bit and get this to kind of curve on itself. Get a nice little curvature going. Now with this road, we have a curve due to this railroad track. So I'm going to try to curve with it as best as possible. Might have to get a little aggressive. Oh, that's actually better than the last one. Okay, that looks good to me. So we have this as well too, which we can kind of move. Probably I would move it there, but it's still going to take something out of its path, and I don't want to do that. Now we're left with this really odd looking neighborhood shape, but we can turn it into something fairly decent with what we have. So I'm going to bring this in, and we're going to immediately cut this in half with a straight road as far as we can before it starts kind of impeding into the other squares that we have here. Oh, I'm curious. I unlocked a video. Oh, or I unlocked a building in the last one, but I think it relocked it. All we have to do is fill 5 instances of a cemetery. Oh, well, shit, howdy. I should stop unfilling them then, and we should start. But then that's when the population starts dying, and then you can't really do anything about it. Let's see. Is that uplifting empty building to another facility? No, it looks like we've kind of maintained it under control. Hopefully we can get some of those. Sorry, I'm losing my train of thought here. After, if I can remember, we're going to have to do the little cheat sheet to get one of these buildings, which I didn't know that we could do. Oh, no, we still have it. We already have it unlocked here. Yeah, I had to place some towers down. Yeah, they're not here because it's not the safe, so I don't know why it would be correlating that. That's kind of odd. Anyways, back to reality, what we're doing here. So let's go back to the road. We're going to try to just fill out as some of this as best as we can here. And because we don't want all this dead space going on. This is not going to be anything we're going to be able to do with, unfortunately. But at least with this, I'm trying to think here. What did I do last time? Can't remember. I think I might have cut into this, like, possibly. Let's get a straight road. That way it doesn't try to do anything funky. And I'm going to see what this does. I have a feeling it's going to do something I don't want. It took away... Actually, they could be a little smaller homes right there. I think for the most part, though, we should stop. Because that's something decent. And then what we could do is I opened up this to this intersection right here. So let's go ahead and put that down right there. That gives them a north and south exit into this neighborhood. There's not much else I could do because traffic's kind of fucked as it is around here. Not necessarily down here per se. Why is that on 3 times speed? Good lord. No wonder our shit's all fucked up with the prices. That makes sense. Or with like our debt and stuff. Okay, so let's look and see if we have everything piped. It looks like we do not. So let's get some quick piping done in this neighborhood. It's a little unfortunate that I've already went through here before and done this, because this doesn't look as good as it could, that's for sure. Now that the piping has been laid, we can actually make this a neighborhood. It's going to be nestled literally directly between railroad tracks here. I am not going to do that to them right there, so we'll kind of fill in the neighborhood everywhere else, but just super close with like dumbass small houses, because that doesn't seem safe at all. I probably shouldn't even be doing these ones, but the more room we can use up, the better. And then hopefully these people along this wall here, or this road, don't get, you know, affected by the pollution, the ground pollution that's going on by this place. You can only hope. If so, we got to move it over just a wee bit. All right, nice big chunks of neighborhoods going down here, and that'll complete the end of this neighborhood. So we'll give it a second to populate, do its thing. I don't think I've missed anything here. Rather small homes are going to go along this line, which is unfortunate due to how close I put it next to the freeway. I wish I would have pulled it back just a little bit there, because it would have gave a little bigger homes, which would have been nice. Can't win them all, though. Let's just go ahead and drop back really quick just to kind of see how this is looking. Hopefully some more workers choose to go work over at this place as well, too. I think these are just 100... Oh, my God. I had just laid these down, bro. That's insane. All right, well, since we got the new neighborhood done, I'm just going to look at these factories, and I'm going to see what requires oil at a high rate here, because we need some shit to go on and we need it fast. So what does this take? I'm gonna see if I could get a sneaker factory down here. I know it's like an odd place for a sneaker factory. It might be beneficial in the grand scheme of things, because it needs crops, paper, petroleum, and plastic. We are producing petroleum or like, you know, oil at just like an extended rate here, so we might be able to get something going. I'm not sure. We're gonna have to just see. I'm gonna just test the waters there with that and kind of let it do its thing. But now that we have that new neighborhood built, we're going to look around and see where else we can kind of fill in, because we do have a few spaces on the map where things could be filled in. Like right here, we can make like a little half neighborhood, kind of just get this little area nestled in. So I cleared out the power lines from this area. I'm going to try to start a neighborhood if possible. I'm not sure how or where. This is the oddest shape that someone could make for a neighborhood. We do have a good road here that we could use to kind of push this out on. I also have this road too that we could kind of make 2 entrances and exits into the neighborhood. So I kind of just split these up just a little bit there. And then from here, we can kind of curve our road to just conform with what's going on over here, which is going to be interesting, because I'm not sure how this is going to work too well in the grand scheme of things. I feel like one thing or the other, I don't like that. Oh, shit. I don't like that, because it's taken away a lot of the housing that we could have, and it's kind of ruining it. So let's draw this back a little. There we go. That way we can keep the housing, or at least as best as possible. And that's what we're left with, the world's oddest looking shaped thing. So I'm going to attempt to fill out some of this stuff with just roads and all that. I think the best way to break this down would be just, you know, quick lines in and of itself. That way we're not making a whole bunch of stuff out on the roadway. So we're going to try to see if we're not going to get where we want to with this, because it's trying to put it in areas that is not going to look good with what we have going on already. Okay, well, I tried with that. Oh, you know what? We could just do something like this, because at the end of the day, we're not going to have much room as it is anyways, unfortunately. So that kind of gives us the best area to work with here. So let's get this plumbed up. We have pretty much everything good with the piping over here. Damn, we are just popping neighborhoods up left and right. So let's quickly get this filled out and see what this looks like in due time. Oh, yeah, we won't be able to put anything right here. Pause. I did not mean to do that. That's not what I meant to do. Let's keep it inside the neighborhood, not outside the neighborhood. Okay, I want to fill all that out. I don't necessarily want traffic on, or like housing on this exterior one. So we're going to break it down a little bit here. I'm not sure which side these go to, but we're going to have to find out. I would assume that's going to be for this neighborhood. We could fill that out as well. Actually, how the fuck is there going to be the world's skinniest house there? No one wants that. We have everything filled out for the most part, though. Yes and no. Okay, I think we're good. We can see how that looks. Because, again, I don't really want stuff on the outer road. Here we can put businesses. We need more low-density businesses anyways. because we're kind of getting to the point where someone made a good statement. It's like, we do definitely need some more of these guys. I'm going to put some high density ones as well too, because I would say this area is definitely pretty high density. It's obviously not extreme or anything like that, but I would say some of them would be beneficial to this area. We also should be focusing on offices and stuff like that as well. Oh my God, that reminded me. So I went in the last episode that we did, I clicked somewhere. I can't even remember where I clicked. I did something where I changed like the look of, and that all my buildings just started deleting and they would not grow back. So that was like the main reason why we restarted everything, because shit was going really, really south there, and I was actually starting to get concerned. So good thing that everything fixed itself going back to the old save there, because that would have been just horrendous losing this fucking shit. We might as well take a look at what is going on. I'm going to stop emptying all these cemeteries too. That way we have a chance to fill them up. Because if let's stop emptying them. That one was full and I started emptying it. I want to try to get that building if possible. This is going to be fill 5 instances of cemetery. And then we can get the theater. So I would like to just start working on getting these. Some of those we're close to. Weekly education expenses. We could easily get that up, but I'm not trying to get any more in debt with that 100,000 that's just fucking looming over our head. 30,000 squares of industrial zone built. I wonder what that would exactly mean. Unless this means like... Oh, you know what we haven't made in God knows how long? Dude, I just thought about that. We haven't made a fucking industrial zone to kind of encompass these areas that we've done. The last one, this one's suffering so badly. Just, I don't even know why. Okay, interesting. So, where can we make an industrial zone? I think it's been a minute since we've made one. I really don't want to make one over here, but fuck, we need one. We need one badly, dude. You know what I could do? I could make one like right here. This seems like an interesting place to make it. It's already a shit show and a half over here, so we might as well fuck it up a little bit more. Let's see if I could find a industrial road. It's not going to be anything too crazy over here, but we obviously do want something. I'm going to just kind of connect it as is to this main road that really doesn't see much traffic. It will, that's for sure. Especially with the plans that we're about to do here. This is going to be a very odd place for a factory zone. See if I can just get this filled out really quick. Okay. Again, I don't want to loop these things back in on itself or have dead points, but that should be... Usually I make factories a lot more, you know, personal than just a square road, but I think maybe just having some areas in the midst of what we have going on out here with, like, you know, industrial. We have, you know, some wood processing facilities that are going on here, and then some housing. Would be a good idea to get some factories going in the middle of it, because if not, I don't know. I just feel like it are important to have special goods, which means we need to have, like, you know, storage facilities and stuff like that. So what would be a good idea is if... See, this road connects from here to there, like these two neighborhoods, which makes this area a lot more busy than it probably should be. But I don't see us being able to have much room to kind of change that around at all. Okay, factories are starting up over here. Let's get some more. Looks like they have plenty actually started at this point. So, what do we just have a road of factories? That's not necessarily what I would like here. So maybe I will have this extend off just a little bit farther over onto this side. And then we can make another factory. I don't know. I don't know why I made that one row when I could have just simply went over here and... you know, done some shit, but, you know, whatever, fuck it, right? All right, let's get that nice... Okay, that looks like a house, but hey, at this point, there's a lot of shapes going on in this little corner over here, but we got to do what we got to do, right? So I'm going to see if I can cut this up. It's going to be a little weird. It starts bowing, so maybe not. Maybe we cut it like this, and we're going to just make it gradually smaller as it kind of keeps going on here. Fuck you, get out of here. There we go. And then from here, we're obviously going to connect these. That way they have another roundabout and exit. I say we just do it there. That way it keeps it away from that main intersection. Okay, I mean, that could be a lot worse. It's going to be something to work with. We're going to keep it away from this main road here. So that way all the shit show kind of is held from within. But that's going to be a lot of factories popping up. I'm a little concerned about the housing situation next to this. Housing is a little bit far away. It's a little sparse right now. So, and this is a lot of factories going up. Might be a little too much factory going up. So I might actually focus on building a new neighborhood right here. because this is not going to be good probably. Forgot to pipe this area before we go ahead and start with building that new neighborhood. Everything looks solid here. So we have two choices that we could do. This north side obviously is, you know, supposed to be in the middle of nowhere with the trees and all that stuff. But in, you know, obviously as time expands here, the industry part of the world is moving in heavily quick. So we can either do dirt roads as well and keep it just kind of all connected to this like right hand side where we'll have to like impede into some of this stuff that we have going on here, or we can do actual streets, or we can have the freeway that kind of divides it. But this neighborhood is technically the principle I'm going with, so we could go with something like this in this spot or something like this in here. I really want to say that it'd probably be more beneficial to get paved roads than dirt roads. The dirt roads are probably going to end up backfiring on us. Like, aesthetically speaking, for some areas it's good, but probably for the most part, not so much. With that being said, I guess it's time for us to get in here and get it going. I'm going to get rid of these power lines to give us the ample amount of room. We're going to make a boundary line. Hopefully none of this stuff loses power. We should be good. Let's go ahead and make our boundary line for the neighborhood. I'm going to have it far enough out to where we keep full housing for it too. So something like this. This is going to be, again, the line that we kind of just keep everything at bay. We can conform it a little bit more, which I'm going to do here shortly. So pretty much housing can go up. We'll do the breakdown here in a second because it's going to get a little confusing if I try to explain it right now. Okay, that's a good basic start. I could have left a little more room next to the crucial areas, which are going to cause, you know, problems in the future with ground pollution and stuff like that. But at least for the most part, we have a new neighborhood going up. This is going to be very beneficial into the grand scheme of things with populating just, you know, all this stuff up here that requires a hefty amount of workers. And then we also are going to need businesses up here too because we have jack shit up here. So let's start breaking this down then. This is going to be an interesting one, but I say we can kind of play with it as in like shapes to begin with. And that's just because, you know, we have all of our neighborhoods that kind of look the same as it is anyway. So we might as well fucking get somewhat creative if we can. Just try to break it up. So now we have 5 different subsections of this neighborhood that we can also now continue to break up to the best of our abilities. Our debt has taken a drastic slash there. Oh, and it's back. All right, never mind. I lied. It went down to like 60, but then it went back up to 93. Something's fucking us, man, and I don't know what it is. And I want to say it's the Institute taking a 30 right up off the top, but as soon as I get rid of that, it just shits the bed. So we might have to fuck with that another time, but that's unfortunate to see. So moving back to this, though. So now that we have this broken down, I'm going to focus on one little area at a time. I'm going to kind of get my orientation correct here. I'm going to break down this road. I'm going to kind of go up with this. This is going to be a very, very square, or very like star-like design. I don't think I've done one of these before, which is interesting because it's like, how the fuck have I not? Holy shit, I like it, dude. It's different. You know how weird that would be to live in a fucking 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 6-way intersection? Good lord, you know that would be so shitty. Okay. We're going to have to do a 5-way stop sign because there's no way that that would just even comprehend normal feasibility there. Okay, so 1 way in, 1 way out, that doesn't seem too smart. So I say we get another way in and out, which will kind of break up the monotony of the star look too. Does it mean we have to do that on the next one? Absolutely fucking not. Okay, so how do we want to do this without losing so much area here? I'm going to just kind of go up. It seems like we are going to get some of the same look, not going to lie here. Okay, maybe not. Maybe not. Just kind of, you know, you just got to play with it sometimes. Just kind of mix it up. And I feel like once we put the houses down, man, it's going to look a lot better than just a fucking shit show and a half. Honestly, that should do it for the other 2 sections that we broke down there. It looks like it takes up as much room as I could without having to get all finagly and shit. But that should be solid and sufficient. I could probably break it up here as well, too, just to kind of get a little bit more going on in that area instead of dead space. But that's going to be a fucking big-ass neighborhood to help with all this. Oh, don't worry. You're getting your workers. Just wait. They're coming in. They're coming in hot. Now that we got the neighborhood all squared away, we can go ahead and kind of get some stuff going with it. So what I should have done before doing anything, I should have flattened all this stuff out probably. Would have been a good idea. So I'm going to make brush size a little bit bigger here. And we're going to attempt to just flatten everything out just a little bit. So that way we don't have any unnecessary hills or anything like that through our new neighborhood. There's probably not going to be much for us to do here. Okay. That should be better. As you can see, it cleaned up some of the just the artifacts and stuff that we were having. Now we can go ahead and populate. I just want to make sure I have electricity. So this is surrounded fairly well with electricity everywhere. I do not have it piped yet, so we might want to go ahead and get that done really quick before we go ahead and do anything. I feel like this is going to nestle really well in this area that we kind of created here. And the reason why I say that is because it just almost looks like it was meant to just be plopped here in the end of the day. Let's go ahead and fill this out. I'm curious to see if this is going to directly help this factory. I have the game paused right now too, just because those guys are on red. I might be able to save them with the... Oh, look at that little patch right there. I might be able to save them with this neighborhood, but it's going to take a hot minute, I feel like. So let's figure out what closest area. I would say probably this area right here. Hopefully this factory doesn't push too far out with the pollution. It looks like they do, though. Level 3, they get going pretty far, which is a little bit concerning because I have this neighborhood fairly close. So I feel like we're going to need to draw... We're going to need to draw this back. So let's go ahead and do that. And you're going to see what we do here. Watch. Boom, 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 boom. And then we're going to take this and we're going to connect it to that. And that is going to give us some area for this factory zone to, you know, expand without it being an issue. If we need to change that up as time goes on, that's totally fine too. Okay, now that we've done that, I'm ready to start laying some of these. Let me go ahead and get this quickly all taken care of. That way we don't have to sit here and singly press all this stuff. Everything has been zoned appropriately. I kind of added these in here because it's not too close to an area that we should have to worry about. Let's unpause the game so we can let that do its thing there. And kind of just take a look at what else we got going on. I'd say filling stuff in, we definitely filled in 2 major gaps there that were kind of looking a little bit odd just because it's taken us a minute to kind of get to these certain areas. Like this gap here, probably not enough to do anything with, but I'd say that this is fairly sufficient of an area to work with, especially since we have an entrance point right here we could work with. But that's something we can look at. Yeah, I gotta admit, that neighborhood looks really good. Fit in fairly perfect in that spot, and that should directly help this area thrive. So what we can do, though, to open it up a little bit more is we'll just create a junction point from there to there. That way, people that do work or that live next door can easily go over there to work. So one thing that we do need to make sure that we do is add some emergency services and stuff like that. We have some open roads kind of against the areas that we're not going to build, and that's perfect because they really don't get affected by all the bullshit that's going on, so we can easily kind of slap these in here and not have it be a big deal. So let's see if I can get that there. I'm going to get a police station in here as well, too. That should cover the basis of most of it. Put one on the opposite side. And then that should be good to at least get them started. If we have any issues where, you know, there's crime or anything like that, we can go ahead and take care of it. I have a feeling we're going to run into some issues with these dead-end roads on the opposite sides of where these two are placed. But for the most part, that should look good. Our north side of the map near the hillside sawmill, looking really fucking good, honestly. What does this say? No more room. Oh my god, let's check that thing. Does it actually say? Holy shit, we got 1 out of 5, ladies and gentlemen. We got to keep filling them up, baby. Let's go. Stop. Stop emptying. See, that's the thing, is we got to make sure we're not emptying all of our cemeteries, or we're never going to be able to get that building. That's like the main thing I want to start working towards over the next like couple episodes, is in the midst of building, I want to make sure that we're taking care of some of these challenges. Most of them were passive. I didn't have to do a damn thing. Kind of just happened on its own. For the most part, generally speaking, though, or for like a very minute amount, you have to actually unlock them. Like this one, gonna take us a minute. As you can see, we did build some new area for that. So 7,000, what does it want? 30,000 squares of industrial zone built. How does that, I wonder how, so a built would probably be after the fact. I guess I could cheat the system. I could easily just make like some fucking crazy congested roads here, fill every single bit out with industrial, and I'd have ourselves the Eiffel Tower. That would be kind of dope. I want Grand Central Station. That's something that we're working on right now. We've got to fill 7 instances, man. That's a lot. Cathedral, 2,000 abandoned buildings in the city. I just don't see that being possible, honestly, because we have, I don't know, it says we have like 1, but it's not even counting it at all. Oh, no, it is. It says we have 12. That's how you know our number is extremely, extremely low when it comes to the amount of abandoned buildings, which means it's a thriving city, which is good. I just hope we can see that sometime soon. Average garbage piling per building, at least 40. Okay, I feel like we're going to have to keep going a lot on that. To get government offices, that's a little crazy. Ooh, a temple complex. This would go so well, kind of just like over here in the mix of stuff. I could even put it on its like own private road where like a whole bunch of fucking trees are. That would actually be really cool. Then again, maybe it would be cooler if we put that. Now, I want it to be kind of in an area where people can utilize it, not just in the middle of fucking nowhere. So let's, we already have these roads here. I don't know what I'm trying to do here. I guess I could just put it on a road back in and of itself. This road has a pretty big curve, which is not going to give me... Okay, there we go. Oh, I'm going to have to go out a little farther than I would like. Trying to get it as straight as possible. So what I'm going to do now is we're going to go ahead and replicate some trees here. We're going to take the brush strength down very drastically. That way we don't... Because we have a lot of trees on the map. I have a feeling we're going to start breaking the game, my PC, here real soon. So I'm trying to get it a little more populated. We don't need it too bad. So let me take away some of them and redo that. There we go. Looks like now none. Not trying to overdo it. It's also not putting it in the area that I want it to. Okay, that'll do, I guess. And we're going to take the temple place. So what I'm going to do is cut this road in half, like so. We're going to make a nice flat road here. We've done this design many times. So if we want to have like a nice straight road that leads back into something, this is the tactic that I use to get that done. Just make like a T road, and then I can place this kind of like that. So instead of having to face like, you know, this direction or that direction, it's able to face like down the road. So as you oh yeah, see, that's fucking perfect, dude. As you go down the road there, you would lead right up into the walkway into the temple, and it's kind of like in its own area, really restricted away from all the bullshit. Which is kind of nice. And then if we really wanted to make this look good, instead of having two dead ends here, since I'm not really sure how to make good cul-de-sacs just yet, it is some next level shit that has to be done. But for the most part, that looks decent. Actually, what we could do, though, wonder if that would look better. Honestly, I kind of like that a little bit more. The one road leading up is nice, but what we could do is we can also take a dirt road. We could do the dirt road leading up through the middle. So we're going to need power, which is not close enough to really have its own power supply connected. And we are also going to need some water running through the building as well, too. So I think that's going to be a good addition. This area has no entertainment, so to have some type of temple place, I think will work out very well. Not really the correct trees that are in the area, but I think it's nestled around stuff fairly well. Let's do a little more trees around the area. That way it looks... Now, I'm debating on whether or not I want to do trees here, especially the pine trees. Like, I could take all of them away, and that would leave, like, a nice-looking, like, place when you drive on that road. I don't know. That might be worthy of it right there, because then it also looks like excavated land, too. Like, they just own all of that, which really might not be a bad thing at all. I say we stick with that. That might be a little cooler. Okay, now that that's done with, we can kind of leave this area. I wanted to kind of get some of this stuff that we haven't used. What is this? A panda sanctuary. In the panda sanctuary, citizens can see happy pandas frolicking and generally enjoying life. I like how it says generally. Such a sight brings happiness to everyone. So, where would this fit well in general? We have no entertainment up here whatsoever in any way, shape, or form. But this is kind of an area that is being used fairly heavily. I wonder if I could do something like in the mountain or something. You know what I mean? That'd be kind of cool. Wonder if I could flatten the mountain a little. Oh, what am I doing here? There we go. I'm not sure how this is gonna work. We might have to go this way with it. It's hard to tell what it's necessarily doing as well, too. Okay, we got to bring that brush strength down extremely far, or we're going to have some pretty critical issues here. Okay, we are taking a chunk out of that the hill. That's not necessarily what I want. I want to keep the hill, but I want to just kind of flatten it out, because the hill is a part of this area that we fixed up last time. So let's keep the hill, but let's just try to bring it flat on itself in some areas if possible. Again, it is extremely hard to identify what you're doing here in this game. I feel like there's mods that help with the building a lot easier, too. Clearly, I don't have them. Okay, that's relatively flat. Again, this area kind of connects with it, so we can probably just use this road that we have here, or just do some type of like 2-lane road. I want to check and see how this looks, just branching off like that. Okay, we don't have too much curve. It's a little extreme right here, so I could probably push it down just a little bit. And then we're going to go to the smooth, and we can kind of just get it all nice and taken care of. All right, let's try that again. And let's see if we're going to have better results. Yeah, much better results. There is a slight curve, but in the end of the day, it's nothing too bad that we have to be concerned about. Oh, yeah, that's going to be nice. Kind of like nestled up in there. Let's see what it did. Oh, it took away part of the hill. I think like that would be perfect, honestly. Oh, yeah. That's sick. All right, well, that is not where I was expecting to have put that, but I think it fits fairly well in this kind of like development, because I don't want to have it in somewhere where it's big industrial, because then they're having to combat, you know, toxic chemicals and shit, and that's not what you want, especially for the pandas that are trying to live life. I'm not sure if I like the fact that it dug into the hill, but then again, from the distance, though, you can hardly even see that it's a thing, which I think might be good for like the skyline and stuff like that. So I'll take it. I'll take it for what it is. So really quick, I'm gonna attempt a ferry pier, and I'm gonna do this to unlock a building. It's one that I've tried to do before, ended up fucking everything up. So we're gonna try it again and see if it works. The building that I'm gonna be going for is the boat museum, which literally all I had to do was just slap that fucking pier. I think we did that one day where I tried to do this challenge and it just didn't work, and now I have the fucking boat museum. I wonder if I were to delete this. Motherfucker, dude. I swear to God. So the Opera House was here before. I moved it somewhere else. I'm going to put the boat museum here since I feel like this would be a good addition for that. This is where most of our stuff, like ships and all that stuff, are coming about. Oh, look, we are not having... Oh, it's going to die. Oh, it's fucking abandoned, bro. No, that's not good. I feel like these are on the way out, too. Hopefully not, though. Okay. Let's get a road connected to this boat museum here, since obviously it's going to need it. How are we going to do this to where it doesn't want to fuck everything up? Okay, we got ourselves the boat museum set up. We got a new road. That is still such a steep incline, but okay, I'll take it. Fuck it. Okay, cool. So see, that's how easy it is to get some of this shit unlocked. Construct 7 instances. What? Construct 7 instances of a multi-form train station. You got me fucked up. That sounds difficult. Public transportation, I'm so far away from that. So pretty much all the easy stuff that I could get, I've done. That I just have to let it passively go on its own there. Wait, wasn't there 2 things? There's a cemetery, and then there's the... Oh, there's 2. So you get one at 5 and then you get one at 7. Very, very interesting. I did not know. I wasn't paying any attention. We have Theater of Wonders. The wonderful Theater of Wonders has plays from all over the world. Requirement for building the Hard-On Collider. Never heard of that. This is a massive fucking place, dude. Holy shit. The skate park might have to go, and I might be able to fit it in here. I don't even know why I would attempt to put a skate park down in this area anyways. Let's just move this... right there. I want to see if I can get this in here. I didn't even know I unlocked this, which is interesting. I wonder if I can move this. This is the stadium. Oh, I can move it 1 click over. Let's see if I could flatten out some of this ground a little as well, too. Ooh, let's be careful. I got it on that super crazy setting there. Oh, okay. I'm not sure how I feel about that. That's not really doing anything. Let's try to bring it back up, and we're just going to have to smooth it back down. I think that would probably be the best way to go. Smooth everything back up. All right, let's see what we got. Oh, shit, it's going to fit in there, dude. I'll be fucking damned. Right across from the boat museum. That's actually sick. That's massive. Now, before here was the Opera House, which got taken out by the Theater of Wonders. I got to admit, that building looks pretty goddamn cool, though. So I think that'll fit in very well with what's going on down here. Sparkly Unicorn Rainbow Park. Win Floodland. I don't want to know. When all 5 scenarios that come with natural disasters to get a magically sparkly unicorn rainbow. That's what the fuck I want. Nailed it. I don't want to do any of those scenarios because it ruins the fuck out of my city, and I don't want to rebuild that shit again. I think that's going to be a perfect place for us to wrap this episode up. We've done some major adjustments today, brought some new stuff in, kind of changed some stuff around, added some fill-in spots of areas that were kind of just chilling and stagnant for some time. I would say some progress has been made today. Just kind of sitting in this position that we've been in so many times before in these episodes, that it just looks so good and so real. We've got to downsize the amount of wind turbines and stuff that we use. I think those are a little extreme, but that's kind of how we started off. I could have used those solar power plants probably too. But it's all about the learning at this stage, and I'd say we're getting pretty damn close to learning a lot. So nonetheless, that is going to be where we wrap it up, ladies and gentlemen. Thank you so much for watching this episode of City Skylines, and we will see you next video.